Okay, you guys, we got some important news coming up this week for trading. On Wednesday, please, I'm encouraging you to not trade on Wednesday. Wednesday is coming out with US dollar inflation numbers, and that is going to possibly cause some shaking, rattling, and going on in the markets. So don't do that, okay? Also, for those who are in the MT5, Easy MT5 group with the Trading View, we are working on several new indicators, and once they are done, we're going to be releasing them to you and your back office, and it is all part of your membership, and I'll go over that later. Let's get into the charts as usual. All right, so for this week, to be honest with you guys, I'm not really looking at a whole lot to start the week off with yet, because on Friday we had NFP, and I always told you guys for many years, don't trade NFP, avoid NFP. Do not trade NFP because it can spark all over the place. Now, in this situation, I really felt like I should have because my setups actually worked. But I decided to be disciplined and not to do so. So anyway, looking for setups this week. As you can see here was NFP. See, it failed. But it was right in line with the charts. You can see the outer trend lines were saying that this is a downtrend. It pulled back, and dropped. Okay. You can probably see better from the daily, and you can see from the daily it dropped on out the bottom, so therefore that's what's that. And it broke through the inner trend line, so in a trend line break you could have did a trend line break right here and boom, made some nice profits. But either way it goes, I stayed out of it because, like I said, I'm working on being disciplined. All right, here's one that I am so upset with myself about, because I was hoping that it would pull back up first and retest this and then drop, but then dropped anyway. Oh my God, I was so upset with myself. 99 pips I missed out on. Can you freaking believe that? Very simple trade. What was I looking at? Double topping right here in my red zone, and you know, just keeping it simple. Keeping it simple. As a matter of fact, the new MT5 indicator that's coming out for Trend Beast is going to be very simplistic, because sometimes we're overcomplicating things and just doing too much, and we're going to keep this next MT5 indicator for the MT5 very, very simple. And then we got something for the Trading View as well. But anyway, here's a triple top, 1, 2, 3. And this is one where we won. I sent out a trade on the Trade Copier for the Copycat members, and we netted about 50 pips when it came down to here. And I kept telling myself, you know what, bro, why don't you just hold it a little bit longer? Just hold it. And guess what? This thing dropped another 129 pips. So we would have made almost 200 pips, and it literally came right to the level that I thought it was going to come to. Literally right there. But here's where the problem comes in. Sometimes you think that that's going to happen, and then it can go down and then shoot back up, and that has happened to me. So greed was telling me after I closed the trade, man, hold on longer. But wisdom said, just take your pips, because the day that I closed is where price action stopped right here on the dime, and then it started pulling back up. And so I was like, hey, just get your money, because what would have happened if I was already down here, and then it would have pulled all the way back up here and retested, and I would have walked away with nothing. So goal is just take what I was according to plan, around 11 o'clock when the market starts slowing down, 11 or 12. Hey, take what they got and go back in later. But I missed that opportunity for the retest. But the cool part is we did net some profits. Profits are profits. That's the point of not being greedy. All right, next, I don't see anything here. Nothing there. It would have been nice if I would have caught this one in my zone up here. That would have been, oh my God, look at this. Jeez. 292 pips. I'm going to work on that. Because that's what I used to do. I used to hold my trades a long time, and then that's when I originally started doing videos. Y'all seen, go back in my video history. I got like 800 videos on my channel, and you'll see that I used to have videos where I'm making 300 and 400 pips. That's how I used to do. But that was because there was a lot of stability in the market at that time. So I felt safer holding trades for long distance. Right now, the markets are all over the place. And so it's kind of like doing a grab and go. And I'll just have to wait patiently for next week to see if there's another setup. So that's why I'm doing things differently now. It's not the same. I missed out on this one. We did win early on this one. I did get some pips on it. But for an example, here's what I was afraid of. So you see how price action drops and then it shoots all the way back up and wipes out any profit you have. Okay, because you don't know what's going to happen. Same thing happened here. It was dropping. We took our pips and then look what happened. Boom. And it shot all the way back up. And I missed the retest to get back in a second time. But this is the point. You want to make sure if it's the first test down that you take profits, because this thing can pop right back up and wipe out everything that you had. That's what happened here. It dropped down and popped all the way back up and wiped out any gains that you had down here. So you would have been happy. Oh my God, look at me, 112 pips. And then boom, it shot back up. And look, you would only had like what, 20, 15 pips, right? And then it came back down and dropped. So the point is, wait for it to drop, take what you can. When it comes, if it comes back up and retest, grab it again. If it doesn't come back up and retest, okay, at least you made something. You made 100 something here. You made, and what did we make on this one? I forgot. 50 pips again, another 50. 50 is better than nothing, right? And then boom, we would have wiped out with nothing. And then later on it would have, but see, we don't know the future. That's the point of trading in the markets. You don't know the future. Now this one is creeping back up into this buy zone, but no, I'm not interested on that. Like I said, guys, I'm really waiting for corrections to happen because there were so many huge volatile moves that took place last week until I'm really just sitting patiently on this week just to wait and see what happens, whether there are going to be corrective moves or not. If there's no corrective move, then I might just sit on my hands for a couple of days. Now, Dr. Elvis, he's very good at trading the trend, and you know, so you'll probably get more trades from him. I'm a reversal trader in the Forex market, unfortunately. I'm working on that. But that's the power of having one person who trades the trend, another person who trades the reversals, and so forth and so forth. You never know. All right, let's see. So here's another trade that I sent out that won, but look at what happened. So see how this over here, it dropped, came back and retested, and then made the final drop. This one right here, you see, I was expecting it. That's why I take what I can, because I was expecting it to do the same thing that it normally does, like it did here. It dropped, then it comes back up, and then you get the drop off, right? Okay, same thing here, goes up, comes down, comes up, and then another drop. See how this one, it was supposed to come up here, well, supposed to, but it did what it did. Come up here, I took profits. Why? Because I was expecting it to come back up and retest, then I would hit it, and look what happened. The thing just kept on going and collapsing. So that's the reason why I just take my pips when I can. All right. And so on here, see all these big, huge moves. I got to wait until there's a correction. The only one that looks attractive to me that's in my batter's box is right here. This one here. So this is what I'm hoping that it will come back up and retest, because on Friday it did shoot up. As you can see, it did pull back a little bit, but I'm hoping that it will recoup that. And if it does, this will be probably the only trade that I'm looking for early in the week, or this one as well. But again, keep in mind, guys, I'm not holding any trades through Wednesday, because if the U.S. inflation numbers, Thursday it's the Euro coming out with their interest rates on Thursday. So those are the only two news events I saw. But anyway, this is in my batter's box, as you can see. You know, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm hoping that it will push up a little bit higher. See this is what I meant. See, it drops and then start pushing back up. That's why I don't hold trades on the first time they drop, because they can drop and do that quite often. It happens quite often. Look at over here. It drops, comes back up, and then the major drops happen. So, you know, take what you can get. Every once in a while you're going to get these where it just drops real hard. So you never know. But a lot of these tend to do this, drop and come back up. And here's where the banger, and let's keep an eye on this one, because this is the perfect example of what I'm trying to explain. So you see how this one, you holding, oh, this going to drop. This going to come all the way down to this level right here. Okay, this is what we do. I'd rather take something than nothing. Oh yeah, it probably come back down to this level, because you see this level has been retested. Look at this. This is a strong support level. It's going to come down. It keep coming down, keep coming down. So you assuming this one is going to come all the way down here, and look what happened here. It dropped, and let me count the pips. Let me count the wave for you. It dropped. This is a perfect example. 83 pips you got in your pocket. Do you take it? No, man, because it should come all the way down here. And look what happened. The thing stopped and popped, and not only did it stop and pop right here, but it broke through all the way up here. So you lost 83 pips trying to get more instead of just taking some. Or you can always, and that's something else I could do, is just trail my stop. But I'll just get in and like, I'll just be like, you know, whatever. I'll take what I can get. Anyway, it popped, not only broke through and took your 80 something pips, but then went all the way up, which probably would have hit your stop by now, but it would shot back up 72 pips, 75 pips, and then dropped all the way back down for 500 pips. Can you believe that move? But this is the point. When you're over here and you don't see any of this over here, you're just right here in this trade. This is why I just take what I can get. And if it comes up and give me a better setup later on, then I can get back in, cool. But if not, I'm going to take my money, because this can happen. You're holding, and then boom, it breaks through. You stopped out up here. You're pissed because you knew you had 80 something pips. Then it goes up here, and then all of a sudden you look down here like, dang, I knew it was going to go down. Yeah, but you didn't know it was going to do this. So that's why I take what I can and run. Okay. All right. Anyway, guys, that's the video for this week. I will see you in the next video. By the way, if you want to join the different services that we offer, you can go here for the Easy MT5. I keep mentioning that, which, by the way, all trading tools that I have, you'll have access to them as well on the MT5 and Trading View. And if you need the MT4s, I can do a special for today where if you sign up today, I'll include all MT4, current MT4 indicators. Plus, you'll have all MT5 and future MT5 and Trading View indicators, which, by the way, we're working on a couple of them that should be coming out in the next week or 2 or 3. It's taking time because we want to test and make sure everything is fine, but they will be showing up here in your back office. Okay, and one of them is the Trend Beast. We're still working on that. That's coming out soon. I like what I'm seeing on the production. All right, now, if you want to be copied on our trades, which, again, you see in the thumbnails, we're kicking butt in that group, and you just don't want to trade at all, and you just want to be copied on our trade, then you can go here to supereasycopycat.com. And if you want to see how the software works, this will be your computer with the software. It's take only a few minutes to set up. I'll take a trade here. You'll see it pop up here. I'll close a portion here, close a portion there. If I close out everything here, it'll close out everything there. It does exactly what we do. All you have to do is go into the provider settings and just pick your lot size that you want for your particular account. That's it. Okay. And then if you want to be in the futures group for the futures market, if you want my personal trade alerts, then just sign up for the agent session. If you want to trade live with Miss Jenny, who's just murking the markets, doing a wonderful job in the live session every week, then sign up for the New York session 3 days a week. And it comes with a free indicator, a breakout indicator. It does come with that as your membership. Okay. So those are the things you can do. Last but not least, a lot of people say, hey man, I want to use your Copycat trading system for my broker, for my prop firm. So what do? I cannot tell you what everybody else is doing. I can tell you what I did in the past. I had a broker with a prop. I have a prop firm, and they were using Trade Locker. So what I did was I put the copier on the MT4 copier on my MT4. I put our copier, our Super Easy Copycat, because it works on the MT4 and MT5. I put it on that. And then what I did was I connected my DX or your Match Trader or who's the other one it's going to show. And I did it through here, through Traders Connect, okay? Trade Locker, okay? So that's what I did. I connected my MT4 to Trade Locker in here. So when the trades were coming in through our copier to my MT4, it was landing on my Trade Locker account through here. And I connected all that through Traders Connect, okay? So that's a wonderful, and they only charge $10 an account, per account. So, you know, 2 accounts at $20 a month. That's nothing. So therefore, you can still be hands-free, in my opinion, because I did it. You can still be hands-free for your trade copier with us into your prop firm, okay? And did I have any problems? Did they say anything about it? Nope, they never said a single thing about it, okay? All right, you guys. See you in the next video.